Okay, today we're going to look at Pythagoras and we're going to look at how that all works, what it means, and try to find the side of a triangle. Now, Pythag lived many years ago on an island called Samos, a Greek island, and he was very influential in what we do, and he came out with an idea, and his idea was simply this. If you have a right angle triangle, so a triangle with a right angle, then there's a relationship between these three sides. And the relationship is this, that if I was to take this length here and make it into a square, like this, and add it to the square that I would make similarly from here, then those two together, when I add them together, I could actually form the square here. That would be on the longest side. So he came out with a theorem, and the theorem is this. Let's call this length A, and this length B, and that length C. C is always pointed at by the longest side, and you can see the little right angle points at it. And it says that this length here is related in this way. That if I work out A squared plus B squared, adding those two would equal C squared. And we get our little equation. So the area of the two shorter sides equals the large area, the longest side. Let's put that as an example. And they often give these ones where they're whole numbers. They're called Pythagorean triplets. Oh, triples. Triplets. Triples. 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 So let's just see how this works. We have two shorter sides and we want to work out what that longer side is. If this is true, and you can then measure afterwards, if this is true we should be able to then measure and check. So what I do is I square that, so that becomes 9, and I put a little square around it. I square that, 4 fours are 16, and put a little square around it. And this side then is going to be, if I add those together, an area, oh hello, of 25. That's an area of 25 if I add these two together. Now to square root that, I can use my calculator, but actually I know what the square root of 25 is. It's 5. And then all I need to do is to check that is I can measure this and say, yeah, it does come out as 5. So it seems to work. Let's try one more example. Okay. Make that the right angle. As I said, it points to the longest side. So this is going to point to the longest side. Okay. Call that 5 and that 12. To work out the longest side, what I'm going to do is I'm going to square the 5, and that makes 25. I'm going to square the 12, it makes that 144. And because it's the longest side, I'm going to add those two together, makes that 169. And the square root of 169, you should all know this, is 13. And that would be 13. So that's how you use Pythag to find the longer side. The next part we're going to look at in the next video is where we want to look for one of the shorter sides, and also whether it is a right angle. So we're going to do two little things next session. Hope this has helped.